In the years that followed, the railroads continued to move across America with greater comfort and style. Comfort and style exceeded only by the luxurious private cars of the wealthy. It was a new morning across this land. World War I was over, railroads were on the move, and so were the people. Some starry-eyed, they looked at the future with renewed hope. But by the end of 1929, hope would turn to despair. The rich, the poor, they all fell upon hard times during the Great Depression. The homeless hobo riding the rails, an empty boxcar his shelter, its hard wooden floor his bed. The train's haunting whistle, always a reminder of his loneliness. It's past midnight. Suddenly, the telegraph comes alive with new orders for an approaching train. Seconds count. The skilled telegrapher translates the dots and dashes into a train order that must be handed up to the crew as the train thunders by. We've got another war to win. World War II. And women in great numbers went to work for the railroads, replacing those men who went off to war. Not nearly as hard as a soldier's sad goodbye.
I will, Mom. I'll give it to you. Come on. Time to go, son. I gotta go. Take care.
She would never see her boy again. She would never forget this last image of her son, framed in the window of a Pullman car. It was said that the whistle-stop campaigns had almost as much hot air at the rear of the train as up front.
Next senator to help you solve your problems. Now, the first thing we're going to do when we get back to Washington.
In the 1950s, large train stations like Union Station in Los Angeles were still centers of activity. The airplane and the automobile had not yet taken their toll on the passenger train. In the next quarter century, this country's passenger business would decline, then re-emerge as the public once again returned to the rails. Famous trains, the Daylight, the Super Chief, the Challenger, as well as other streamliners afforded speed, comfort, and dependability. Named trains were the pride of the railroads and the choice of the traveling public, including the rich and famous.
One last picture, please, Miss Hamilton. Bye. Bye.
turning point of the 20th century saw the change from steam engines to more efficient diesel locomotives on American railroads. The sight and sound of steam engines at work became increasingly rare. Much has changed. Much remains the same. Brakeman, switchman, yard clerk, yard master, towerman, telegrapher, engineer, fireman. Day and night, good weather or bad, every day of the year, railroad people work to keep the trains rolling.
Well, we have to go down number one, grab the 4 cars, double over the main, pick up the fronting, and get in the clear for number 6.
This is Oil Junction. Yeah, the local's here right now, picking up this car. Right. Yeah, should be in just a couple of minutes.
For the steam locomotive, it was the end of an era. Over 100 years of railroading whistled and steamed its way into history. During the cold, snow-driven winter of 1867, the sound of railroad track gangs could be heard echoing off the mountains. From a start 4 difficult years earlier in Sacramento, they had shoveled and blasted their way to the summit of the Sierra. They were on their way east to link the Transcontinental Railroad at Promontory. The American dream of
German tour bus in Yuma, Arizona. They do a trip from LA around to Arizona down into Mexico. There's seats for 24, sleeping quarters for 24, and a full kitchen. This is the front here. Area. Back there you can see individual rooms for each sleeping quarter. And down in this area is where their kitchen is, and they got enough supplies there to last them for a morning meal and evening meal for 30 days. And they eat their noon meals at restaurants along the way. This side folds out. This is where their dressing rooms are. There are 2 doors up there. Folds out, then they have steps that come down and go out on the side. And they can get into their bedrooms from there.
Guck mal, die macht Fly. Jetzt gibt mir noch ein Zimmer Bauch.
Look at cigarettes in the top of that. Is that good?
They already had their breakfast and they're off for Tucson, Arizona.
Good boy. Thank you. No, another one.
They're on the outside looking in. The cell blocks.
Look how they put these way out here to lock them so they wouldn't reach it.